What's going on, guys? I'm Zach, and today we're going to be taking a virtual look at the Xbox One Elite controller that was just recently announced, but yet for sale at E3 earlier this week. It will retail for $150 this fall in 2015. I believe you can pre-order it now, but before you do that, let's take a look at all the features and try and decide whether or not it's worth it. So, starting off, you have your standard or most recent version of your Xbox One controller, including the 3.5mm headphone jack on the bottom, which is actually to the left of your standard Xbox One port. This is a recent upgrade, I guess, to the controller. You can find it on the new Covert Op, or just Covert controllers. It just has like a digital camo, and that will retail regularly for $65, but the Elite controller will go for $150. So it is a big jump, if you can tell, going from $65 to $150. So let's kind of dig in and look at what makes it so expensive. And like I said, whether or not it's worth it to purchase, I'm still on the fence. And right off the bat, I can tell you I am leaning towards getting one. We'll see. You know, it's a long ways away. But without further ado, let's jump right into some more of these features. Staying on the top of the controller, we see it has this really cool sort of disc piece, I guess. I don't really know what you'd call it, that snaps over the D-pad. Now, I don't know what the benefit of this is. I know Scuf has a disc as well that you can put on their controllers or just buy separately and use on any controller. But I also know Microsoft has been phasing out the D-pad in a way. At least they were back on the 360 when they introduced the slidable one where you can turn it and it becomes a disc. I'm not really sure what the point of it is. If you have any idea, tell me in the comments below. I'd love to solve this mystery once and for all. So that's a cool little feature. It definitely looks cool. It's eye-catching. It definitely caught my attention. And again, staying on the front, now looking at the thumbsticks, which traditionally come in one size, or if you're ordering a Scuf or any other custom controller, you can get normal length, medium, or long, which are basically the different lengths you can get by using Control Freak. So here's another company that Xbox is trying to almost shut down, it seems, with the new Elite controller. Personally, I use Control Freaks. It's a great product. I'm not sponsored or anything. I do have a review video if you want to check it out. But if you have an interchangeable thumbstick, you don't really need the Control Freak, because even if you want to take it off, you can just unscrew it and put in the regular one. So that's another, I guess, pro, or for some of you it might be a con. You can kind of go along and make this list yourself as we go. I think it's a really cool feature to have the interchangeable ones, and it wouldn't surprise me to try and save themselves if Control Freak came out with their own branded thumbsticks that will work on the Xbox One Elite controller. There's no word if they will do that or if they're planning on it, but if they do, I'll definitely make sure I make an announcement and let you guys know as soon as possible. So as we turn the controller over onto the back, we see a whole bunch of different buttons and switches and things that are brand new to an Xbox official controller. And this is where they try and compete with Scuf or Clinch, any of these modded controller companies that feature paddles or buttons. And on this controller, it seems like Xbox is trying to combine the best of both worlds. As we know, the Scuf controller is well known for its use of paddles, whether you get 2 or 4. Personally, I'm a fan of the 4 paddle setup. But again, Xbox lets you choose how many paddles you want to use. It's very customizable, and that is a huge pro, or a huge perk, if you will, at least when I'm looking at the controller. I love the customization features. For Scuf, if you want to remap your buttons on the back, that's going to be like an extra like $25 onto your already expensive cost for the controller. Xbox remapping your controller is included in the $150 price. There's no extra fee. I believe you just plug it into your Xbox and all the options will come up. You can preset it to any button you want. And the paddles go on both sides of the handles, I guess you could say, of the controller. So they're not all in the middle, but like Clinch, the buttons are on the sides. So I hear this is more comfortable to use. I'm eager to try it out myself. I was not at E3, if you can guess, so I do not have a first-hand experience on this, but that is something I'm very interested to try. And then again, another feature that Scuf is well known for are their trigger stops, little Allen wrench, turnable little screws inside the controller that will tighten or shorten the response time of the triggers, the left and right triggers, so you can shoot faster, you can aim faster. But what's a pain with that is you can't play sport games with it or racing games with it, because oftentimes you need the full range of motion on your triggers to really utilize the speeds of a car or passing in a video game, because things are very pressure sensitive. But with the Xbox One Elite controller, they just have switches, so you can easily turn it on or turn it off. But it is not exactly the same as a Scuf controller, because apparently it's just a hair trigger, which makes it a shorter response time, but it does not actually decrease the range of motion of the triggers, which is something that Scuf does offer. So those are just about all the features that are included in the $150 Xbox One Elite controller. It's basically everything you can find on a Scuf, customizable by you, the user, all for $150. I'm eager to try it out. I don't know about you guys. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. If I do end up getting one, I'll let you know on Twitter @AusterWizard, so make sure to follow me over there. I know this was a lot of information about a controller, so drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Like I said, tell me what you think about the new controller in the comments down below. Subscribe for more content coming soon, and until next time, Wizard out.